Hello and welcome to another episode of Go To Tech Reviews. Sorry about the long wait there in between videos, but I've just been working behind the scenes trying to get a lot of things going. For example, things like this Ryzen processor, which still needs a motherboard. Unfortunately, the X370 motherboards seem to be out of stock on Amazon and Newegg, so I just keep refreshing and waiting to get the one that I want. I'm aiming to do kind of a budget-oriented R7 1700 system, so I'm actually looking at getting the ASRock, the X370 killer SLI with AC wireless. Anyways, but today we're going to be talking about the RX 470. Now this is the XFX RX 470 RS 4GB XFX fan, even though there's two fans, but that's what they call it. These fans are removable. You can add LEDs to them. So anyways, let's just go over some of the specs real quick, just do a quick overview, and we're going to run some tests against the RX 460 that I have previously reviewed here. So anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at this thing. Let's quickly go over the specs of the XFX RX 470 RS 4GB XFX edition. Yeah, that's a bit of a mouthful. This card's dimensions are 240mm by 121mm by 40mm, which is in inches 9.45 inches by 4.76 inches by 1.57 inches. So a little bit smaller than, your standard large card, and it features a dual slot and dual fan design. This card features 3 large copper heat pipes connected to the large heatsink the size of the PCB. Also at the top, you will find a 6-pin power connector, as well as the XFX logo, and in my particular version, it does not light up. For connectivity, we have 3 DisplayPort 1.4s, 1 HDMI 2.0B, and 1 dual-link DVI-D. The air vents also have a neat and subtle XFX cutout, which looks really nice. The rear sports a custom black aluminum backplate with the XFX logo that is meant to support the card, keep the components safe, and to supposedly dissipate heat. It's nice to see cool looking backplates making their way into budget graphics cards. One of the unique designs of this XFX card is the 2 hard swappable fans. They're held in by 2 retainer clips that are easy to unlatch and have their own proprietary connector. You can buy LED fan kits and mix and match with white, red, and blue color fans. They can be purchased on Amazon for about $20 US, and a link can be found in the description below. The core clock is set to 1226 MHz, with the 4GB of GDDR5 VRAM clocked at 1700 MHz, 2048 stream processors, and 32 compute units. So let's go ahead and see how it performs against the RX 460 in 1080p and 1440p gaming and benchmarks. On this final slide, we look at the total average frame rates. The RX 470 has the advantage of having 85 to 95% more performance for roughly only 33% more cost. It's pretty clear to see that the RX 470 provides a much better value over the RX 460. Now, the RX 460 does have its place, and if you're just on an absolute budget, and even $40 makes a difference, the 460 is still a good entry-level 1080p card. But if you want to get solid 1080p 60, the RX 470 is your champ. And it'll even handle some of the 2K gaming, your 1440p resolutions, anywhere between 30 and 60 frames per second. So really, the RX 470 in my eyes is one of the best bangs for your buck you can get on the GPU side of things. Anyways, thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. And we've got plenty of stuff coming up down the road. We've got good old Ryzen. There's going to be plenty of tests that I want to do on that. I'm actually going to be rotating a bunch of things around. So my Z270 bench over here, the motherboard and CPU are going to go into the HTPC. and I'm going to be selling the HDPC parts to pay for the Ryzen build. So Ryzen will be on the bench, and my system will stay the same back here. Now, for the astute eye, you'll see that I actually have the RX 470 in here right now, and that's because I am waiting for my ICX upgrade of the GTX 1080, and eventually I think I may be stepping that up to the 1080 Ti. I'm still kind of waiting to see what the 1080 Ti for the win is going to do. So anyways, if you want to see more up-to-date content and kind of where I'm at with some of these projects, just go ahead and follow me at Twitter at GoToTechReviews. Anyways, thanks for watching, and we will catch you next week.